Now this is going to be pretty interesting. I don't know whether we're going to be okay, but we're going to do our best. Oh yes. These are Uman Brotherhood after all. I'm going to actually use everyone. Hello Reformers and welcome back to Freeman, and well, as you can see when we get back onto the main map, we are out of that mountain and still have my night vision goggles and all that sort of thing. I'm actually going to look around a little bit and see if I can find a sniper rifle and where it may be. I'm going to just add a couple more of these ammo magazine clip things. Haha, yeah, I'm just kidding, obviously. Anyway, as you can see, yeah, I got ported out of the mountain and we are now over here. So I'm going to go to Antipil real quick because you never know, maybe there's going to be some people that I can actually hire here. Ah, FCA Guard Squad, very nice. I might want to get these guys. I think I will. I think I'm just going to recruit the entire band of them. And we're just going to sell the remaining bits of loot that we gained from that extremely large bandit fight that we had in the previous episode. Alright, so let's sell that. There we go. Let's actually just take a quick look and see whether there is actually a sniper rifle here. There isn't. Okay, so it seems like I'm going to need to go a little bit further afield if I'm actually going to get any kind of result when it comes to finding a sniper rifle. So, with our 27 men, many of them actually able to level up into juggernauts, and you know how expensive they can be now, we're going to make our way over there. Now, I'm going to rename those guys in just a second. Let's actually just move this guy over here and over here. I like them to be all in a line there. These guys actually have lost quite a few, so it seems like I'm going to have to remake the bread squad. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make bread into our new recruits here, because there is new as sliced bread. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But we are going to put them into the bread squad because we don't actually have the ability to field a huge amount in either the salad squad or the bread squad at the moment, so it's a good idea just to make them into slightly different squads here. So yeah, what we're going to do now is just change the icon here. Going to change them to these, and these guys can actually get their icon changed now because they are not any longer recruits. So we're going to change them to this icon because that's going to tell me that they're much higher level than the rest. And so we're just going to go with that. And I think this is actually pretty cool. Now, what I'm going to try and do going forward, with the exception of obviously finding a sniper rifle and hopefully using it at some point, is what I'd like to do is, actually try and recruit a whole bunch more of our prisoners and things like that. So one of you has actually said to me that torturing is much better than using propaganda, because apparently, I think it is 9 out of 10 times that actually works, according to you. So we're actually going to try that out now, because the more people we're able to gain in our army, the better. So I'm going to try and whoa, okay, that was crazy. That was crazy. Okay, so we'll persuade him to join us. Oh, yeah, apparently it does. Okay, so torture is fantastic. Oh, refuse to join. Oh, refuse to join twice? Oh, okay, so apparently I should just do torture twice and then persuade to join. My bad. That is my bad. Okay, so we'll just release him, just to gain a little bit of reputation, whatever. And we're going to go and fight these fellows to hopefully level up a couple of our FCA guard recruits. And, yeah, it's kind of annoying me, that upgrade arrow right there. I'd love to be able to level those guys up, but I just don't have enough money at the moment, so I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Now, all of these fellows right here, salad, hot sauce, dip, they're all leveled up. They are all leveled up, so technically I could go against these enemies with only these recruits, and then hopefully we'd just level all those up in one fell swoop, but unfortunately that's not going to work. So I'm gonna have to take all of them in here, and we're going to go with these two over in this direction here, and we're going to go with these two over like this, and we're going to see how that goes. There we go. Alright, so let's just see whether the scope fix is still... Yeah, the scope is still working. Nice, nice. I don't need to do anything to that, I hope. Do I? It doesn't seem like it. No, it doesn't seem like it, so we should be fine. Alright, so I'm going to be going with our FCA Guard recruits here, because in general, they are going to become much more powerful units than Hot Sauce and Dip can be. But we know that Hot Sauce and Dip, they actually work really, really well together, and I've just actually spotted the enemy. So let's just see if we can tell our guys to proceed with caution a little bit, and it seems like our other fellows are probably going to come across them as well. Did you see them? Did you see them as well? They were over in this direction here. It seems like we're not? This is very interesting. I actually thought that we would come across them very, very quickly here, but apparently it's not. That's not the case. Interesting. Okay, apparently they're being a little bit more tactical than I anticipated, and I actually thought that we would have already met them in battle, but it seems like that's not the case. Ah, there we go. Enemy has now been engaged. Alright, so this is, okay, this is actually pretty decent because we've seemingly caught them in open ground. And you know how good that is. Catching the enemy in open ground, that's fantastic. That's a really, really good thing. So hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of kills here because, you know, getting a couple of kills is always good. You know, try and get a little bit of experience here and there. This is very, very far distance for me to shoot from, though, with this weapon. Probably not going to work out too well. I'm a bit worried about this, actually. I mean, even though these are only looters, technically, I am a bit worried about us actually being able to win, because, well, I mean, they are looters, so I suppose it should be pretty easy, but I don't really want to lose any units as a result of this fight, because these should be easy enough for us to eliminate them. And speaking of easy, I'm thinking we're actually going to go and try and deal with the Uman Brotherhood after this. We're going to see if we can maybe deal with a couple of those guys, because personally I feel like we're doing okay in most of our fights, even against units that considerably outnumber us. For example, you know, in the previous episode we had a band of 60 something, and due to amazing tactics and strategy, not really, but yes, due to that, we were able to very easily, well, not very easily either, but we were able to overwhelm our opponent. And I guess it could be partially due to the fact that I'm going to use, should I use night vision here? I mean, you can see pretty easily now, right? I think so. But yeah, anyway, I think we can pretty easily say that we are capable of dealing with the bandit faction basically pretty easily. And I mean, we have taken Kalinovka, so I would say that us being able to even take that against pretty, not overwhelming odds, but quite a lot of defenders there is a pretty massive statement. So maybe we're going to need to do that. Anyway, I'm just going to tell our forces just to charge straight forward now, because we don't really have anything to fear. And I'm going to see if I can lay down some suppressing fire here and not get shot in the process. That would not be very good. These guys are all coming in now. Oh yeah, there we go. I actually really, you know, if there is another season, by the way, of Freeman, because if there's some reason why I need to restart the save again, then I'm going to go for a completely different build next time. And I don't know whether you have kind of cottoned on to the fact that maybe I kind of have mentioned it in the past, and maybe it's something that you would like to see as well. But basically, it's an agility build. Oh yeah, an agility build. I've kind of been going on about this for a while, and I think it could work really nicely. But obviously, you can't really go full agility, and by that I mean melee only. You can't do melee only, because if you do that, you're going to completely cut off any kind of long-range capability whatsoever. And that's obviously a pretty bad idea. However, if you were to do it in such a way as you were to maybe have an SMG or something like that. I mean, we have an SMG right here. Obviously, its muzzle velocity is absolutely awful. But let's just say that you're pinned down by like 5 enemies or something, and they're in some pretty decent cover, and you need to take out a couple of them before you can run in with your axe or something like that. Even though technically the amount of camouflage that you should have at that point, if the build is going to work as I anticipate, then obviously you don't really need to hide or anything like that, because, you know, camouflage is hopefully going to protect you, or at the very least hide you from sight as much as possible. But anyway, the point is that if you're able to do that, then you can have a bit of a long-range weapon as well, like an SMG or maybe even an assault rifle or something like that. But we want to stay as light as possible as we are, you know, running around trying to be extremely quick. Because I don't know whether you saw in the previous episode, but the agility stat is very interesting to me. It is extremely interesting because those stats that you level up, by the way, collecting 1,000 credits from our prosperity right here, very nice. But yeah, those stats, if I just navigate over here and take a look at agility, each point increases movement speed by 5%, gives you 10 extra stamina, and 3% extra camouflage. Now, to me, that makes all the difference, and it kind of makes me wish that I'd gone for something a little bit less to do with marksmanship. But just bear in mind that intelligence, in my opinion, is fantastic because it just makes you gain XP faster, gives you more skill points to do with what you will. But in general, I personally feel like agility is going to be a pretty fun skill. The only thing that I'd say, agility might need maybe a skill that is associated with it. So for example, we don't really have an agility skill here, as far as I'm aware. Do we? No, most of these skills right here are determined by intelligence, and I suppose that is pretty logical, because obviously when you are speccing into skills and things like that, you're going to have skill points, and extra skill points at that, due to your intelligence. So maybe having I don't know, personally I feel like having something like extra melee damage or melee speed, maybe something like that would be pretty cool to do with agility. I don't know, maybe something, maybe dodge. I don't know whether we really want to add dodge into this game, because I know that many other games have had a skill dodge included in them, and in general, whenever you have a dodge skill or a chance to miss a particular unit, then it kind of gets a little bit annoying. So I'm not entirely sure whether we should go with that, but I think maybe that would very much lend itself to an agility build. Having a skill like dodge and having a percentage chance for the enemy to miss you is going to improve survivability a huge amount. But obviously, I don't know. I mean, I think that would actually work pretty well with the amount of skill points that we are also given here with the amount of skills that we have. So for example, if you have 5% dodge chance every single point of dodge, then you're going to get 25% dodge chance. I think that's a pretty decent amount of survivability increase from that. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you actually agree with us maybe going with a dodge percentage chance or something like that. I mean, I don't really know about it at the moment. I think it could work actually really nicely to improve the survivability and indeed the viability of a melee-based build or a short-range-based build, because I've actually spoken to a couple of people, and they've basically said that the long-range combat is basically the only way they want to play the game, because obviously there's not really that many viable options, and that's exactly the reason why in the next save game and indeed in the next season, I want to try out a short-range build, which is primarily focused on using melee weapons and maybe SMGs, maybe a shotgun or something like that. I think that could be really, really fun. Anyway, let's actually just take a look at these Uman cultists right here. I am a bit worried about tackling them at the moment. Let's actually just... No, I don't want to go here, thank you very much. I'd like to go over here and level up these guys. FCA infantry, that's pretty decent. Okay, so we also have a couple of these guys to put into some squads here. I'm going to put them in here, I think. We're just going to put 2 in there, and we'll put another one in here. There we go. So they're a little bit more even now. And obviously these FCA juggernauts, they're just going to... it's so painful. It's so painful to lose so much money, but we must do it for the greater good. Okay, so I'm just gonna reward those guys a little bit, and we are gonna try attacking them. Yes, we're gonna try attacking them. 49 of them. Let's do it. Now this is gonna be pretty interesting. I don't know whether we're gonna be okay, but we're gonna do our best. Oh yes. These are Uman Brotherhood after all. I'm gonna actually use everyone. There you go. Let's use everyone that we have at our disposal. And I'm going to take these guys over in this direction here. Going to tell them to go that way. And then we're just going to go with these guys ourselves. And we're going to take them over here. So they're a little bit sort of staggered, I suppose you could say. Because we really don't want to have a case of us being in a really, really bad position where most of our units get caught out. And they just get cut down as a result of our bad decision making. So hopefully we'll be good as a result of that, and maybe we'll be able to come across the enemy first, because obviously the enemy is technically wearing red, and because they're wearing red, it's going to be a little bit easier for us perhaps to see them, because obviously the bandits are they're kind of, you know, they're kind of dressed in grey and black colours and things like that, so obviously it is a little bit more difficult to see them. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to search around a little bit and hopefully we'll be able to see them. Well, I haven't come across any enemies so far, which is actually kind of surprising. I would have thought that 49 enemies would have been pretty easy for us to detect, but maybe they're being a bit sneakier than their bandit counterparts. And I'm actually wondering whether the next update, which is going to add vehicles and all kinds of things to the world map, I went over the changes in the previous episode, by the way, if you're interested, but otherwise, I'm actually wondering whether that's going to be save game compatible, because if it isn't save game compatible, then I might actually get an opportunity to do my short range, you know, kind of fast moving build a little bit earlier than I thought, which might be pretty fun. So let me get these guys up here actually, because I'd kind of like everyone to be in decent enough positions. I guess, actually, whenever I'm doing a fight with those bandits, usually what I'll do is I'll literally just tell everyone to go really, really fast and just charge straight in. And that's maybe not the best idea against these guys. And that's exactly the reason why I'm being a little bit more cautious, shall we say. These trees are actually moving on the world map. Wow, that's pretty cool. Well, on the tactical map, shall I say. And yeah, we're going to actually just get these guys all spread out through the tree line. Because you know that I'm not particularly the most strategic or tactical in the most regard, I guess. You know, most times I'm not really going to be thinking extremely deeply about, you know, where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. I usually just do it on the fly because I find that the most fun, but... Well, anyway, the point is that hopefully this will be a little bit more viable for good strategy, good tactics, and hopefully it's going to result in us not receiving too many casualties. Now, I haven't really taken a look at the environment around here, so let's actually just take a quick look. Okay, so this is, where I am right now might actually be really good. Oh, okay, so there's the enemies. They're actually coming up here, so I'm going to tell these guys to actually just stay around here. Tell these guys to go down there, and I think that should be good. Now, this is a bit worrying. We are pretty far away from the enemy. Can I actually hit them from here? I did hit one. Oh, there's another hit. Oh, nice. There you go. We actually did hit him. We need to be very careful. We need to be very, very careful, because if the enemy has those cultist leaders, they're gonna have grenades, and those grenades are gonna be very difficult for us to deal with. Oh, they do have bandit leaders. Okay, so they do have bandit leaders. That is not good. That is not good at all. Okay, we're gonna need to eliminate them very, very quickly here. If we are not able to eliminate them quickly, yep, okay, it might be starting. It might be starting. We need to redo this. Okay, let's clear these waypoints. Let's tell these guys to charge over here. I'm actually going to tell these guys to make their way this way instead, so that they don't go into the line of fire and get absolutely murdered. So this is... oh, wow. this might be more difficult than I anticipated. Alright, alright. We might be okay. We might be okay. I mean, we do have the locations of all of the enemies now, thanks to the... I don't know, the enemy reveal thing, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna throw a grenade. Ah, there you go. Take that. Oh, there we go. I actually killed someone with it. That's pretty nice. Okay, so I'm gonna charge... oh, I was actually thinking to myself, I'm gonna charge another grenade, but no, I can't actually do that, unfortunately. Okay, so let's try and see if I can get a couple more. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, some more kills. Yep, there's another one. Alright, everyone seems to be in a pretty nice position now, but bear in mind that this is bad, okay? This is bad. It may look like we're actually winning this, but just wait, because you never know when one of those cultist leaders is gonna go like, oh hello, I have a grenade and I'm gonna use it, and then you're gonna lose 20 of your units. That has happened before. So we've got to be very, very careful here. I'm trying to eliminate what I think are the squad, well, the leaders. But that doesn't seem to be working at the moment. Oh, am I being shot? Where am I being shot from? Are you serious? Okay, so someone's requesting assistance. These guys? Are you serious? Okay, you can just retreat a little bit then. These guys all seem to be firing pretty nicely, so I don't know whether I really need to change their positions or anything. Oh, that was a nice hit. Well, they are actually giving us a huge amount of experience, so I would not be surprised if almost all of our units, and I mean, I'm talking about everyone, level up from this. Which is pretty good. Now, these guys that we are facing right here, they are much, much better at, you know, using their skills and tactics and, in general, just being a lot more accurate. Their gear is the only thing that lets them down. So if we are able to take some of them prisoner, then I think we could be in for some really, really awesome recruits. And hopefully we'll be able to integrate them into our army relatively painlessly. Ah, one of our armored marauders did go down, but that's okay, because we might be trading some of those armored marauders for some bandit leaders. You never know. Okay, so where's the last enemy? Oh, he's over there. Alright, well, I guess we can just tell everyone just to charge straight on in against him. Where is he? I think I saw someone over here, actually, but maybe he was running away. Yeah, it seems like they're in this direction. Yep, there you go. That's it. That is it. 49 enemy casualties, 2 friendly casualties, and I killed 22 of the enemy. I've actually gotten a little bit better over the time that I've been playing Freeman. And, I mean, you'd expect it, wouldn't you, considering. But I'm actually pretty happy with how that is going. And I don't actually know how good this is to sell, because I can't see the sell prices. And, ooh, tactical boots. I think they're going to be pretty good. Gasoline's pretty good too. Flashlights, not so much. Mechanical parts are okay. I guess I'll take the head wraps as well, because you never know. Maybe they're going to sell for a pretty decent amount. And otherwise, ooh, Army Combat Vest. Army Combat Vest. That's going to sell for a pretty decent amount in itself. So that's good. And, oh yeah, I'm able to take an bandit leader. Oh, a bandit leader. That is going to be so good. Really is going to be extremely good. Okay, so let us try torture. Wow, that worked very easily. Torture, torture. Yes. Oh, wow, that is pretty crazy. Thank you very much for that tip, by the way, because I was just doing propaganda, and then if propaganda didn't work, then I was going for torture. So it seems like torture works a lot of the time. So that is pretty fantastic. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.